Greetings. My name is Hector, and I'm inviting you to join me for dinner. Reason being is because I know sometimes there's a lot of you out there who are lonely. Probably you live alone and you don't have anyone to share a meal with, and I understand how lonely that gets. So I decided to make these videos so we can all share dinner together. I do believe this is what mukbangs were originally meant for, but we all know it's kind of devolved to people eating copious amounts of food and doing weird, crazy stuff. And I want to bring it back to just us as people looking for a sense of belonging, looking for a sense of community to just have dinner together. So tonight I don't know if I want to call it fajitas or a burrito. I just made whatever. It's just basically sirloin steak, and I seasoned it with paprika, smoked or roasted paprika, chili powder, garlic salt, pepper, and a little bit of cumin. I'm really not good at rolling these, so I tend to fuck it up all the time. I also added some guac, some green peppers, and orange bell pepper. Added some cheese too. But yeah, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I guess a part of me just kind of held back because I don't know. I guess I was just nervous, or I just was unsure, how it would be received. But sometimes you just got to just get up and do it. Well, how this will turn out, I really don't know. But if it helps one person, helps you feel less lonely, then my mission is a success. But let me show you what I got here. Here. Yep. So anyhow, I guess I just want to talk about some of the things that I've been going through lately. Hmm. I need a napkin. Be right back. All right, so I'm not going to edit this. This is all going to be one take. So what you see is what you get, because we are here to have a conversation. Hope you enjoy the music. Grizzly Hills from World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. But yeah, myself, I, I've been seeing. See, here's the thing. I've been seeing a lot of videos on my feed. People talk about how lonely they are. They have no friends, and some of them never been in a relationship before, and they're just expressing, how lonely it gets. And man, I get it. Mm. Mm. Came out pretty good, actually. Next dinner is gonna be Korean barbecue. But you know, I think for the most part in my life, I'm happy. I get to do things I enjoy doing. Playing video games, training jujitsu, a little bit of kickboxing. Some people ask me if it's Muay Thai, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's using Muay Thai techniques, but the reason I don't like to call it Muay Thai is because we're not learning a lot of the cultural traditions of Muay Thai. So it's mainly just and it's meant for like MMA, in mind, so. But yeah, we use all eight limbs, your hands, your feet, your elbows and knees, but also keeping in mind for takedowns and stuff like that. But anyways, get to do that. Um, but yeah, I think I've just been, if anything, more disconnected lately than anything else. So am I lonely? Yes, but I do kind of feel disconnected from people. Um, in time, maybe if I get more people that's more interested, I could open up more about like what I've been through in the world, you know. And I'm not gonna pretend I'm an angel. I'm not. I've made a lot of mistakes. Excuse me. But the past few years, I did find myself feeling a little bitter and resentful, and I just decided I was just gonna live by myself and just be by myself and just stay alone, and that's fine. I don't care. I don't need anyone. That's really no way to live, man. It's a bitter way to live, actually. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some people who are just naturally they prefer to be alone, and that's okay. But what I'm talking about is where I was. That wasn't it. It was like I was just so frustrated with the bad experiences. Kind of feeling sorry for myself a lot. Looking at like, oh man, the world is out to get me. So I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep to myself and not interact with people anymore, and just minimal contact. I'm better off alone. But then a year and a half ago, my dad and I we reconnected, and he stayed with me for a few months until he passed away. But the one thing he harped on was don't try to live alone. He said it's a very hard life. It's kind of I had a lot of resentment, with everyone, my dad, my family. When I say family, I'm talking about relatives, parents, friends, everyone I had resentment towards. And I kind of beat myself up over this because even my dad, I was just kind of like, Dad, I just want to be alone, and then I ended up, helping him out, and I was getting frustrated. And I think for me, what eats me up the most is I didn't realize it until, until he finally said, "Hey, it's gonna happen. He's gonna pass." And I was like, "No, my dad was exactly what I needed during that time." And that's what I told him the morning of. I said, "Dad, you were never a burden to me, and I'm sorry that I treated you that way. But you were what I needed at the time that I needed you." And I didn't expect to get choked up, but I didn't want to hide that fact that I was so bitter because I just wanted to be true and authentic. And uh, I miss my dad every day. Not a day goes by I don't think about him. And so even now, like I make food and I like, I wonder if my dad would have loved this if I would have made it. I mean, he would say, obviously, he would say he did, but when I was younger and when I was married, I was too scared to have kids because I was so worried that I was gonna be just like my dad. And after he passed away, there was a lot of people that reached out to me and told me how he impacted their lives. And I found a note, found a little postcard or a little card that's a colleague that worked with him had gave him, and basically telling him about how how wonderful of a person he was and how he connected with people before they passed away. Because my dad worked as a caregiver before he passed away. And now I look back, just like what Tony Stark said to Howard in Avengers Endgame. You know, looking back, I just remember the good times. But now looking back, I'm no longer afraid to be like my dad. Instead, seeing how he turned out as a man who he made some mistakes. I'm not going to get into details because I'm not going to throw my dad's dirty laundry out. But he made some mistakes, and then for a time he did go into a phase where it was kind of a self-destructive phase, and that's when we had a falling out. And then years and years, actually a decade later, we're reconnecting and seeing how he turned out, seeing how he turned it all around, how he impacted other people's lives. I can't help but think I missed out on learning these stories from him, from his own mouth when he was around. So, Dad, I know you're up there in the big blue with the big man, with the big guy in the sky, and thank you for everything you've taught me, Dad. Even after you're gone, I, I really didn't expect to get this emotional during this. Now, y'all watching, I hope you don't mind me. Sitting here all emotional and stuff. I really didn't expect this. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. I've been halfway around the world, twice and back. Served 14 years in the Navy. Started out as a shipboard engineer, then worked on hovercrafts, or as we call LCACs, landing craft air cushions, at the Marine base, Camp Pendleton. Then the next 7 years after that, I was a master at arms, Navy's Virgin Military Police. During my years as a master at arms, I really learned to toughen up quite a bit. Oh no, there's a piece of steak here. Off my plate. And I never thought I'd be here on YouTube getting emotional. But no, I'm not sad. These are tears of, I don't know what to call it. Not sadness. I would say joy because I do miss my dad. But I guess it's just, an emotional release really is what it is. Huh. What's so funny is I never actually quested in Grizzly Hills when I played World of Warcraft. I just flew over it on flying mounts, but I always remembered the music. Man, the music is so good. And I'll be honest, where I'm at in life is just, I want to go someplace like this, where it's just trees, and you could smell the breeze. To anyone that's watching, let me know. Do you play World of Warcraft? If not, do you play video games? And tell me what games you play. See, that's the thing about role-playing games, especially open world ones. Just has some of the most beautiful scenery, you know? Maybe I'll do a video in the future if you guys are interested. I'll talk more in detail about my dad. All right, these emotions. I'll give myself tonight to let these emotions out, but come tomorrow, I got to be a little bit more composed. Nah, truth is, I am going through a bit of a funk right now. I wouldn't say I'm depressed, but I do kind of feel bouts of depression moments throughout the day, and lately I've been super hard on myself with every little thing that passes from day to day. Actually, it's been like this for quite a while, and I do think it has some sort of relation towards my fitness, because it always happens when I'm like really kicking ass and losing a lot of weight, putting on a lot of muscle. It's like a lot of unresolved or bottled up emotions just start coming out, you know? And I wonder if that's what it is. Just, exerting so much energy, physical energy, that finally the emotions is like, well, we want out too, you know? Here's the thing too. Even though I said I would love to go to a scenery like this where it's like out in the open and trees, there's a little caveat. I have a big fear of wildlife, only because I've never gone camping. So I've never really been around a whole lot of wildlife, so it kind of does freak me out. The thought of a bear coming at me, you know? Let me refill. Well, while I refill, let me know what you guys are eating. What do you guys have? Huh. Imagine living in a giant like tree trunk like that. I'd do it. Maybe not for the rest of my life, but at least for a time, you know? Yeah, ever since my dad passed, I've been trying to live up to what he said to not live alone. And, you know, it's been a year and a half. I'm still alone. Well, I'm by myself, but alone, I'm doing better. I'm starting to talk to people more, go out a little bit more. I'm going through a funk though right now, and I don't know what it is. It's like, well, I know what it is because I've been working out a lot, you know. So there's a bunch of like hormonal imbalances, but everything, you know, the emotions, you know, the loneliness, the irritation, even the bad traits I have, the insecurities, the self guilt, the self doubt. It's going in overdrive as well too. But I think it's really important to keep to be aware of what's going on. Now, it's also important to know that it's nobody's job to fix it, but me. However, it's nice to have friends. You know, it's nice to have friends just to know if they got your back, regardless of what you're going through. Funny story, because if you saw just earlier between Grizzly Hills and the next zone, it's like one straight line. One line on one side, it's all green. The next one is just pure snow, not like a gradual blending of the zones. However, I recently have driven through Arizona into California, and it's literally like that. The state line between Arizona and California. In Arizona, it's all like brown and desert, but on the California side, it's all green and lush. And it was literally like a straight line, as far as the eye can see. All right, it looks like we got some golems and some dwarves fighting here. not the more peaceful and serene side of Grizzly Hills. I don't know why, but just thinking about my dad just made me think of y'all ever seen that movie The Sixth Sense? That scene where the kid finally tells his mom that he sees ghosts, and when she finally tells the mom about like the grandma, how the grandma watched her dance, and then the mom finally hugged the kid, like accepting that damn, this kid does see ghosts. You gotta admit that scene was a tearjerker scene. I know I'm going from one topic to another, but with me, it's the first video I'm trying this. We're just having dinner, just chatting. Because sometimes, like, I would I would have what's that called? Because I would like sometimes find, like, go on YouTube and find random videos of people eating and watch them eat while I was eating, so it kind of felt like I was at the dinner table with them. And that's kind of like what gave me the idea to do this, except I want to talk to you guys directly. I really hope that the sound of me chewing my food is not like overpowering the mic, because that would be really bad. I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand the sound of chewing. Like, you know. Okay. I don't hum when I eat, but I've seen some people that do. When I was stationed in Oceanside, Camp Pendleton, I remember there was this what was this place? It was it was KFC, one of those KFCs that used to have the little buffets on the side. And this guy was just like really going, mmm, mmm. And I'm just like, bro, chill, man. It's just a fucking chicken. Don't deep throat it. Okay, he wasn't deep throating it, but I was like, it's like, bro, what are you doing? You're just being extra. You're doing a little too much now. By the way, if any of you guys are ever looking to like, like start working out or whatever, let me know. Let me know if I should make videos like workout videos. I mean, I'm not a personal trainer, so I'm not teaching you how to work out or telling you what to do. All I'm saying is you're working out with me. You know, if that's something you guys would be interested in doing, let me know. I mean, I work out at home. I don't know if you can see. I got sorry, dumbbell rack right over there. I still got a few more dumbbells on the ground. I also got resistance band, the loop bands, because I started with those. Oh, excuse me. You know what? I probably should have taken a photo of this before I ate it. Put it on the thumbnail. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just drinking water. I actually quit drinking soda. I still drink energy drinks though, Celsius mainly. Can't drink Red Bull anymore or Monster or Rockstar because now I realize it kind of tastes like carbonated cough syrup. And Celsius has a more subtle sweetness, which is something I actually like. But for the most part, I just drink water. It really goes a long way, especially if you're trying to like lose weight, you know, lose fat and get more fit. Just drinking water helps. Not saying you can't have a soda every now and then, but if it's your, but just don't make it your daily go-to drink. Yeah, I actually don't know where this is at in Grizzly Hills. I never requested here. But damn, they're throwing boulders, they're throwing trees. They're trying to bury this place. And look at that. Some of these guys are just walking like it's Tuesday. All right. That was one hell of a meal. I appreciate you guys joining me on this meal. If you made it to the end, please let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what would you like to how like to see me do. That's so I don't know. That sounds so arrogant, you know. Maybe I should say what I should do to improve this to make this better, so we can all share a meal together better. Um, I guess that's it. So once again, thank you for joining me.